Hi everyone, welcome to One Connected Love. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Christina.
And we're true twin flames in union. And today we're here to talk about another important topic, which is how to resolve conflict with your twin flame.
Yeah, so this topic is something that, if you're in your union with your twin flame or you're working through separation, no matter what, you're going to face this topic, right? This is essential. Twin flames are not exempt from having upsets, having conflict with each other, and resolving conflict is an essential part of being able to have a partnership with someone.
Right. And I think the important thing here, we've discussed it before, is that your twin flame is your divine mirror. Mm-hmm. So like Christina said, conflicts will arise, but they're not there to antagonize you. They're just things that are already there. They're just coming to the surface to be worked through.
Right.
It's really important to just realize that conflicts will happen, but they can be worked through.
Yeah, exactly. Your twin flame is going to, since they are your divine mirror, they're going to bring up any unresolved upsets within you. Mm-hmm. The closer you come together, the more sharply those upsets are going to be mirrored. And it's really, really important to remember when these things come up that they're always just pointing you to some feelings within to be worked through.
Right, and one point that I want to make is that when you're first starting the twin flame journey, and maybe you haven't started the mirror exercise or inner healing yet, triggers and conflicts and blocks can feel very intense. But the good thing to know here is that the more you do your inner work and the more you heal, things do get easier to where, certain conflicts that may used to flip your life upside down may not be so bad, because you know how to handle them in a faster and more efficient way.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really important to remember that your twin flame is not your enemy. Mm-hmm. Your twin flame is not doing this just to push your buttons and create drama.
Right.
Unless that's something that you're working through in your union. But in general, your twin flame is not your enemy. This is not happening to you. It's happening for you. Mm-hmm. So that you can release what's out of alignment with love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's very easy to maybe villainize, your twin flame when you're in an upset state. But it's very important to never react when you have a lot of feelings and to really clear out your feelings first, move through your feelings, get back to a place of peace. Yeah, and recognize that, twin flames are meant to be together. They are each other's perfect lover, ultimate lover. And in their core, they're choosing to be together. In their core, they only love each other unconditionally. And it's important to realize that these upsets are not a reflection of who your twin flame actually is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, something that we learned from Twin Flame Ascension School with Jeff and Shaleia is that conflict is, basically what conflict is getting clear about the truth and aligning to love. And so love will always win because there's nothing more powerful than love. Mm-hmm. And so don't be afraid or concerned necessarily if your union is experiencing conflict, or if, you're experiencing conflict with your twin flame, no matter the status of your union, because this is actually helping you get clear about what's in alignment with love, right?
Yeah, exactly. Something that we learned, from Jeff and Shaleia that's really important is that whatever you're experiencing, any type of conflict, whether you're working through a lot of sadness, well, that sadness is actually what you're working through, and it's actually what's leaving your union. Mm-hmm. And therefore, when sadness leaves, joy returns. So when you're working through sadness, it's actually joy returning to you. When you're working through chaos, it's actually peace returning to you. So keep that in mind. I think that is very helpful to know.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like we've mentioned in many of our videos before, we'll say it again. The best way to resolve these upsets is to do the mirror exercise, because, like we mentioned previously, your twin flame is your divine mirror, and they are pointing you to feelings that they're still there to resolve, right? Like if something that's happening is triggering you, it's because it's pointing to a place inside where you don't feel peace, right? And so that's really important to do the mirror exercise. And if you don't know the mirror exercise or have never heard of it, we definitely recommend reading Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover by Jeff and Shaleia. It explains the whole thing in detail with examples, and it's really essential for the twin flame journey, and for resolving upsets in your life as well.
Right, exactly. I feel like the mirror exercise has the ability to like clear any upset, any conflict that you have. So we recommend mastering it early in your journey, and claiming your support where you need it, because that's what's really going to help you move through your journey the fastest. Now moving on to the next point, regarding conflict, it's also important, as I mentioned earlier, to not necessarily ever act out of extreme emotion when you're moving, if you're triggered or you're moving through emotion. And it's important to work through the feelings, but to also react appropriately during any conflict that you're experiencing. So one thing that you can do is related to boundaries. So as you begin to heal, you get clearer on what unconditional love actually is with your twin flame. And sometimes unconditional love can be placing boundaries on ego, and by ego I mean anything that's not aligned to unconditional love, and anything that really isn't serving your union.
Yeah, exactly. This is a space where a lot of people, especially as they've been using the mirror exercise to heal, this is a little caveat that the mirror exercise is meant to help you work through your feelings and come to peace. But it's not about taking on another person's upsets, or blaming yourself for what someone's doing. Sometimes you really do need to set a boundary with a certain behavior or a certain belief that your twin flame is presenting to you, that you know it's out of alignment with love. It doesn't feel good. If you don't feel triggered by like what they're showing you, but more so you clearly know that it feels out of alignment with love, that's an example of a place where you set a boundary and you don't accept that, right? And when you're setting boundaries with a consciousness. You're setting boundaries with ego, not necessarily a person, right? The person is divine, but they're choosing to embody a certain ego consciousness in a certain area of your union. And so that's what you're placing boundaries with, right? And that's very healthy, because you want to make sure that your union, like, you're keeping it as pure as possible, in alignment with love. And so that does mean having strict boundaries with ego and not letting that seep in.
Right. Exactly. If you find that anything that you're facing isn't allowing you to heal peacefully, then it's okay to set boundaries on that, and get to a place to where you can comfortably work through your feelings and return to peace. In a time of chaos, that would be the most loving thing that you could do for yourself, is allow yourself to heal with all the space and time that you need.
Yeah, exactly. And so that actually brings us to, one of our final points on this topic is that it's safe to be honest with your twin flame. It's safe to show up to conflict as you are, as Daniel said, it's important to respect yourself and respect your twin flame by, honoring your emotions appropriately. But it's okay to also express yourself honestly, right? It's better that you're not hiding.
Right.
you know?
Yeah, and one thing I want to be clear about is, yes, it's always good to express your feelings, but it's important to express your feelings and communicate from a place of peace. We don't mean, throwing everything at your twin flame and causing a ruckus or like causing drama. Again, you want to get to a place of peace first, and then it's great to communicate it from that place of peace.
Yeah.
One other thing that I wanted to mention, going back a little bit regarding like getting clear on love, is that does require emotional honesty with yourself. So if you are experiencing conflict, you need to use the mirror exercise to get clear on what actually is happening, what's happening inwardly within yourself, and look at whatever pattern is coming up or whatever feelings are coming up, and be fully honest with yourself, and then you can heal it with the mirror exercise. And from there, you build trust in your relationship with yourself, you get clearer on unconditional love, and you strengthen your union.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the more, as you come closer with your twin flame and as your union develops, it's really important to do your inner work together, because, like I said, there's really no room for hiding in your twin flame union. Anything that you're kind of trying to hide from your twin flame is a space where you are like driving a little wedge in between you, right? Like, it's important to be honest with yourself, and honesty is one of the 8 keys to harmonious union. The more you can do inner work together, the better it is for you to resolve conflicts faster. And if you're working through separation, you don't need to try to drag your twin flame into it. But
right.
It's really important to get good at resolving those conflicts within yourself. And you can seek the support of a coach. You can seek, the support of a friend on the journey to really help you work through those heavy feelings.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that was well said. I feel like that feels pretty complete to me. Good. Well, we hope that you enjoyed this and found the information helpful. If you like videos like this, please like and subscribe to our channel. Once again, we're Daniel and Christina, and we are Ascension coaches, so we would love to support you on your journey. If you're feeling stuck or you feel like you need support, check out the link below to our website, oneconnectedlove.com. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. Take care.